welcome to Christy's Stampin' Spot. I'm Christy, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and today we're going to make a really fun card using the January to June 2021 catalogs, the bundle, the Floating and Fluttering bundle that is in this catalog that will be going away at the end of June. It's a really pretty set, stamp set, and can't wait to show you guys. So let me get all this doing this thing. Oh, and my daughter has checked my sound for me. Hi, Natalie, sweetie. She graduated from high school. Actually, she graduates on the 27th, but she's already had her last day of school, of high school. Although she's about ready to start going to the college. Okay, so let me transfer you guys down. Yay! Okay, so let's get rid of this. Just know where you're at. So this, the January and June 2020, January to June 2021 mini catalog is so packed full of awesome stuff, and some of it carried over to the new catalog, and we've been so excited about the new annual catalog, but there's still some awesome things in here that are going to be going away soon, so you'll have that to look forward to. The retirement list, we haven't found out if any of that stuff's going to go on sale, but it's definitely going to be going away at the end of June. And one of those fabulous bundles is this Floating and Fluttery bundle, and it is these gorgeous butterfly images that have these extra pieces that you can color with like a solid color, or of course use your blends, which I'm actually going to do today. And the bundle comes also with this fabulous die set, and the die is called the Fluttering dies. And what's interesting about these is you've noticed that's kind of a trend is we have the bigger dies. So we have where you can cut out the images individually, and they even have one that has the texture and this fabulous frame, and several of the leaves, but they have two of these bigger ones, and they all come out as one die. So when you stamp it, look at the stamp set. I actually have it on my block already. It's one big stamp. So the butterflies are not separate. The pieces are separate to add to color it in. So here I've used, on this example here, I've actually stamped it in the Memento ink, and then I actually used the little fill-in pieces to fill it in. Like this one was the polished pink, and then this is the fresh, this is second generation polished pink, and then that's the fresh freesia on this. And then I just colored, actually, oh no, I think I just used the soft succulent on the leaves, as the leaves also have in pieces. But as you can see, it's big. So you can either use your paper snips and snip them apart to get the pieces that you want, or you can use the dies. I actually die cut this whole piece out with one of these, and then I just went with my paper snips and snip them from there. Or you can always individually die cut them out also with the individual dies. So it's a really cool, and then you can get two of them. So you can do multiple you can stamp it twice, and then you can actually run it through twice because you've got two of these bigger dies, which is pretty awesome. So that's the bundle for the Fluttering dies, which is super awesome. Okay, so we're going to make this card today right here. And this is the Everyday Label Punch, and then this is the new 3D bark embossing folder that's in the new annual catalog. And then I went ahead and I'm going to show you guys how to use your stamp to make this kind of fun background, almost your own DSP. I thought it turned out pretty, and then I'll show you guys how to use that. And I use this fabulous stamp set, Happy Thoughts, which is my favorite. I don't know if I even put it on my favorites of this for this catalog, but it's become my favorite. I love, love, love it. Let me see. It looks like my stuff got a little bit. Move that out of the way. Make sure my camera is right. Awesome. Okay, so this is a photopolymer set, and I would definitely suggest using, if you don't have a matte down, to use one of our the Stampin this is our Stampin' Pierce mat, which makes for, it gives it extra cushion so you can get a really good image on your photopolymer stamps. And so I'm just going to show you for this, for the stamping, I like to just use a big piece of basic white. So I've actually cut like half of an 8.5 by 11. So it's, and we're going to do it this way, which is because I want it to be the what is that, 5.5? I think that's 5.5, right? 5.5, and it's by 4.25 is how it's, oh, let's see, I don't remember now. I've slept since then. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so it's 4.25, so I want it to be 5.5, yes. And that's this way, 5.5. So I'm gonna just stamp it that way. So I'm gonna get my big piece of my basic white and put it on my my pad. Then I mounted my photopolymer on my big block, and this block is the E block, I think. Yeah, the E block. So it's bigger than the D that we usually use because it is a much bigger, a bigger image. And I'm going to just use my Memento ink because I'm going to use my Stampin' Blends with the new ink colors. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this up really nice. Now, right now, I don't know if we've got rain coming in, but my ink has been a little, like, I have to be careful not to smear it. I don't usually have that much problems with it. Now, if you can tell on my mat, I actually put a piece of scrap paper because I do a lot of stamping off, even on my mat. So I'm going to just do that and hold it down, get a nice crisp image. Put up. Pretty. Okay, so I'm just going to create that. So I'm going to create this image all the way going down. So again, I'm going to keep this up. And it is designed so you can move it. Like that. Not pretty. So pretty. It's a fabulous set. Makes great background to make your own designer series paper, your DSP. So pretty, so pretty. And then of course you can always die cut out your butterflies if you want them single. Oops. Don't drop your, I just dropped my ink pad on me. It's one of the things I love about the chamois. I can just use the chamois even on my clothes. Get that up so you don't make a mess. Okay. So I have my wrists are doing much better, but I'm still in OT, occupational therapy, and yeah, I still don't have the greatest of control I used to have since I broke my wrists. So I really, really like my occupational therapist. She's so good, and I get a lot. And you're just gonna maneuver it. So I'm going to go all the way up. So I want a piece that's about 2.5 inches. It's actually 2.25 inches. And then I want a little pieces extra because I used to make the on the inside of my card. So I do a little bit extra so I can do these strips. So I'm going to go back up one more time. It's kind of like a puzzle piece. See how that's coming together? So pretty. So pretty. Do another one. I'm just gonna make sure not to smudge it. I'm maneuvering it around here. Let's see, I think I want it to go this way. Just like that. Muy bien. So I got a little bit of smudge, but it doesn't matter because we're going to cut it. Okay, so let's clean that up. Close this up good so I don't make it too smudgy. Clean off my block. Make sure when you do this, I've got a little bit on my block. Make sure you get that nice and clean. And I really love our simple chamois because it's so nice. Works so nice. And I just, to keep my simple chamois damp, I know some people have like a little spritzer that they use right here. they keep at their desk so they can do keep it nice and moist. I just run mine under the sink if it's not completely hard. If it's hard, I just put it in a dish with water in it until it soaks, and then I just squeeze out the extra. And then, but I can just refresh it really quick. Just super nice. Okay, so before I color it, I want to just cut down my piece to what I need. So there we have a pretty big piece of that. And I'm going to go ahead and use my trimmer. So we don't need this anymore. I don't need this. We can take this away. For now, I might need that a little bit later. And I need a 2 1/4 inch piece. So sometimes when you're doing it, you'll get a little bit that's like fuzzy. You don't get it as nice. So you can actually pick, you have a little bit of room to pick it out of. But this one turned out, I did pretty good on this. So I need about 2 1/4. Just that much. So that's what I'm going to color to put on my front. And then like I said, I like to do the to add the strips. And to do that, I'm just going to get 1/2 inch. And I'm just going to cut it like this. And I only need it to go to 4 inches. So I will get like the end that has the most butterflies or the most leaves or image. And I'll just keep that piece. And that's a piece that I'll color. So on this side, I'll take this side. There we go. And so now I have 2 edges for that. And I'll set that aside. Okay, so I actually made, in case I messed up, I have an extra. Did 2, which is pretty awesome, right? Like they both turned out pretty nice. Yay! It's always lovely when you're the extra one that you've done doesn't mess up. Okay, so to color this, I went ahead and already colored my 2 extra pieces, so you don't have to make me watch them do it all. And I did it this way so I don't have to waste the color or do it for all of them. And then I use for the main butterfly, I'm using the polished pink Stampin' Blends. And then for the one that's kind of sideways here, it just shows that I'm going to use the Fresh Freesia, not Fresh Freesia, the Pale Papaya. And then I'm going to use the Fresh Freesia for this other little one right here. And then I use the Succulent, the dark and the light, soft Succulent for the leaves. So I'm going to do the leaves first. And I like to use this end. And this is the dark. I always have to check. So for the dark one, I'm just going to do the dark on this edge right here. Just super nice. Yay! So nice. Do love these. I love my Stampin' Blends. And of course, remember the Stampin' Blends will bleed through. So make sure you have a work surface underneath because it will bleed through your paper. I don't have to do too much blending with these. So you need to do the butterflies. I'll do the butterflies one at a time with both colors because blends work best, the alcohol blends. They work best when you put all the color down and when it's still wet. So then I'm just going to use that and the light. You can just blend it in. Although this is these have such great lines that you don't have to worry. So I've gotten much better with the coloring. That was the other thing. It took me a while to even I've gone out of the lines a little bit, but with this wrist being broken, it did. It took me a little while to get back up to my blends because I am right-handed. And trying to color with my left hand because it healed first was way hard. I was having a terrible time getting to do it, but I mean, I had realized I haven't really played with this set, and and it's going to go away, which just makes me sad. I do love the big butterflies that are in the catalog that we had, but this is a really pretty stamp set too. And it definitely makes fabulous designer series paper. I really think it's quite striking. So pretty. Okay, so there we go. I've just added, so it has two different kinds of leaves. And again, I could have just used the ink. You don't have to use, if I wanted to, you could have used the ink on these. Again, I'm going to start with the big one. And I'm going to use the tip. And I'm just going to color. I'm not going to color the whole thing with the dark. I'm just going to color some of it so I get a little bit of variation in my butterfly. I really like this polished pink. It's so pretty. So this is, of course, the new Stampin' Blends. The new in colors. And you want to do one butterfly at a time. Because it's better, they blend better when you have the most ink down. So just keep that in mind. Remember, and alcohol markers are the ones you don't use on your you don't use on your stamps because they'll just color your stamps. They're not, the Stampin' Right markers are the ones that you would use for that. This one, but it works good with the memento. Remember, alcohol with the memento, and then stays on. It works better with watercolor. Okay, so then I need to do. I thought about trying to get all of these colored so you guys don't have to watch me. But I love coloring. You guys like coloring? I love the blends. So much. So much. So I'm really glad that I'm almost healed. Not as good as it used to be. Hopefully. Doctor said it would take about a year for me to get back to 100%. But man, when you do occupational therapy, it really does help get you back closer, quicker. So that's nice. And oh my goodness, it's summer. Like I said, my daughter had her last class earlier this week, and then she starts June 1st, I think, going to coach to our local community college, where she's going to take a few classes before transferring out. Maybe to the wave. She doesn't know yet what she wants to do, so that's the fun part. She's going to get to try a bunch of different things to see what she likes, but that starts right away. So, but we're all past we both have gotten all of our vaccine, and we're really excited. We might get to go to a movie this week, which I'm excited. I have no idea what's coming out. I know, right? But I'm excited that we might get to go see a movie in the theater, which is exciting. So exciting. Because last summer we didn't see one movie in the theater. Like, I think it's been since February of 2020 since I went beginning of February to 2020 to see a movie in the theater. And if you followed me for a while, you'll know I spent a lot of time in the movie theater. We love to go see shows opening day, first showing, and the fact that I spent all last summer, I didn't see one film. It was terrible. I'm super glad that we'll be able to go back. Very excited about that. Okay, so then I'm going to let's do the last of polished pink on this one. And of course you can always go back with these too. If you want to make it darker with the darker. Make sure you've got it nice and blended. These colors are just so vibrant and pretty. Oh, this polished pink is just so pretty. And I will also add, I'll probably just add Wink Stella to that one. But that butterfly. You can always add Wink Stella. Which always is nice. Wink Stella is always fabulous. Love, love, love. Very pretty, very pretty. Okay, and so for this one, I'm going to use the Pale Papaya. And I like to use the bullet point end. I feel like I've got a little bit more control. The dark. So pretty. Oh, love, love, love. Okay, okay, so that one's that purple. So I think it's just, ooh, this one right here. And right here. I'll use, oh, and for the light, I'll just use the brush end to kind of, so it blends. It has a nicer, I don't have to be as delicate and try to get it in the right place. Helps it nice. So pretty. See how gorgeous that is? Love that. Such a pretty color. That pink. They just go so well together. I want to use them together. Sometimes when you get the ink colors, they're all beautiful, but they don't always. Oh, I need to use the blue point. Work so well together. Man, the new 2021 20 to 2023 ink colors work so beautifully together. Just super pretty. Super pretty. Okay. Do do do. I love. There we go. Although you don't have to make it so it matches, but the butterfly doesn't always match. Oops. I know I can get the caps off. It's so exciting. So there for a while, I couldn't even think about doing. I had to go get a kit, one of my kids or my husband, to open the caps on my Stampin' Blends because I couldn't even get them open. So, super glad that I can do that now. Although I'm still using the table to get them closed. Okay, so this one. And when I look, I forgot to do the orange on that one, or the pale papaya. So I'll do that one. Let's see, that. I need the pale one. That's the light one. This brush end. Almost needs like another dark on this edge, right? Just like that. Oh. Do you guys like coloring? Love, love, love coloring. Love coloring. Totally love it. Okay, I need the dark again. So almost done. So it is a lot, like I said, but you can just use your stamp and do it as well. I just love my blends. I really do enjoy coloring. It does, I find it very relaxing. Very relaxing. Luckily, these ones don't require a ton of intricate. Let's lay that color in there good. So pretty. Okay, there we go. Muy bien. Uh-oh, I forgot this one. What do you guys think that one is? That one is probably this pink. So let's get the dark pink out. So if you cut it and you get any of the edges, it looks pretty though to have a little bit on the edges. But that way I didn't have to color the whole piece. So imagine if I had to color the whole piece and then you only take a piece, you know, cut a little bit out of it, you would be wasting a lot of energy coloring it up. Okay, so for our card base, I'm using the polished pink, and it is 8.5 by 11 cut. So it's 11 by 4.25, and it's scored at 5.5 to do it long ways. Now, I use the new, this is the new 3D bark embossing folder, which I totally love. It's so fabulous. But I did notice, so originally I wanted to just do the front panel with it. Now, as you can see, it's still a little short. So when you're, keep in mind when you're using this, it does actually shorten your cardstock. So this was actually almost a full, it was almost an 1/8 shy. And then I took my bone folder and I tried to make it smush it. So you can see how it's been flattened because I was trying to get it back to the right size. I didn't realize it was going to shrink my card front so much. So I would suggest with this embossing folder not to do your card front, to do a panel. So that's actually what we're going to do next, is do a panel. And instead of cutting out my, you can just make it an 1/8 longer if you want, or I'm just going to actually just stick it in there. So let me move this out of the way. I'll bring my big shot in here. It'll probably wobble my table a little bit. Hopefully not too much. But here we go. My big shot, because now I can use my big shot. How exciting is that? Okay, you can see that. I love, love, love my big shot. Okay, so to make this is one of the 3D ones. So you need your number 1 plate, and then you just put your card in the card stock. And I'm just going to cut it afterwards to the right size. And then you need your, what number is this? Number 4, the specialty plate, which is that blue, like the blue one that we had before. It's the same size. And then you just run it through. Let's see if I have to stand up. I do need to stand up. There we go. Use it. That was one of my goals when I started OT, was to make sure that I could use my big shot with my hands, because when I first got my cast off, there was no way I didn't have enough strength to do it. Okay, let's see, did I mess everything up? Okay, get off. And this is one of the 6x6, so it makes it pretty big. So I'm going to go ahead and then use mine. Can you see how much texture is on there? So it really does shorten it. So I want this card to be, I want it to be 4 by 5 1/4. 5 1/4, which is like basic. You guys see that? How there's so much? There's a lot. Okay. Move that away. Okay. So that way it's easier to just put that on there, just like that. That way you don't have to worry about trying to straighten it, flatten it out. And then you can put it either way you like it. I'll put it that way. And then I'm going to use glue to attach it to my card front. Just like that. And it's color on color. And if you feel like you need a little bit more definition, I did cut it at 4, so you could have put a 1/8 of the black on there, but I didn't. I kind of like just the black on this piece. And instead of putting a huge piece behind it and just cutting it, which you can do, put a panel behind it, I just cut 2 strips. Okay, hopefully that's even. So I just cut 2 strips that are half an inch by the 5 1/2, and I'm just going to add that to the back. I'm just going to add one at a time. Just put a little bit of glue. Now, the first time I did it, I used my Stampin' Seal, which I love, but you don't have the wiggle room that you do with glue. So I would suggest using the glue, so you get the width of the strip that you want, how much of the black you want to show. So you can do more or less depending on what you want. And because I did the strip, you can actually do that. It's not just a panel. However, if you don't like, you can always just use a panel. This just makes it, because I added the extra, this extra panel, I didn't want to make it too heavy. Adding yet another panel. So it's on there. That looks even. Make sure it's flush. The glue, you can move it around a little bit, which is nice. And then I'm just going to add it. So what did I do with my sample? You just add it right here to the card front. So this one isn't, I didn't go edge to edge. You could have cut it because you saw I did it in a big enough piece that you could have done edge to edge if you'd like. I kind of wanted the, to give it gives it a little bit more dimension when there isn't, when it's not edge to edge. I just like it better. I think it's just your personal preference. Then just going to add it to my card front. Make sure you've got it flushed edge to edge. I don't do that many edge to edge. And of course, when you use glue, you can sometimes get glue on your project. Just make sure it's not wet when you use your eraser. But it's nice. Oh, you know what? I noticed it looks like it's a little fuzzy, and I did not put in the. Let me do that. Let's see if I do that. If that helps. I don't know if that'll help or not. I put in my my wired connection instead of my wireless connection. Let's see if that helps. I don't think so. My kids turned all their stuff off to make sure I had better internet, but go. Isn't that pretty? Oh, so pretty. So pretty. Okay. So then we need to do a sentiment. So just get your whisper white, a basic white. And we're going to just, let's make sure I don't stamp on my, here we go. Now, if you see like I had this much extra and I went over a lot, you can always cut it like here. So I showed like this one I had enough that I actually had enough on the edge, but I kept it and colored it. If you wanted it to be like that on the edge, on the inside of your card, or you can always stamp it on the edge, of course, too. I actually like the strips. I just always do the strips. But that's another way you can utilize your extra pieces. Right now we need to do the sentiment. And I love, love, love this Happy Thoughts. And this is in the January to June mini catalog. So it's one that's going to go away. And it is one of the $1 Million winners. I love, love, love earners. This is such a great. So if you don't have a go-to sentiment set, this is a really great one. I love this Happy Birthday. So we're going to use a Happy Birthday from that. Again, with the Memento Black. And stamp it on my scrap paper here. My basic white scrap paper. And then I'm going to use my Everyday Label Punch, which is another one of those that it made it into the new annual catalog. It is a fantastic punch. It is a great staple punch to have. So many things work with it. Just punch up my Happy Birthday. Awesome. Okay, so one of the cool things too that's in the new annual catalog is the it has this fabulous Baker's Twine, which is Baker's Twine Essential Pack, and there's a black in there, which makes it really awesome to put on the back. Now I do use Stampin' Seal for this. I add some Stampin' Seal. You can use the Seal or the Seal Plus depending on what you have. I always like to use the Seal to add my wire, my ribbon, or my thread, Baker's Twine. So I'm going to do that and loop it on. I don't want it to be huge. I want like 3 loops here, like that. Do. And then go to the opposite side, and I'll do 4 little loops. Look at that, I wanted to turn. So, let's see. Like that. 3. And 4. Now let's turn it over and see how it looks. I don't want to make it too big because I want this sentiment to be too. Ooh, looks awesome. Okay, and I'm just going to snip it. Just like that. You see that? And then I'm going to take my Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm actually at the end of my Stampin' Dimensionals. So if you guys have, don't throw this away, you use every piece. So I'm just going to cut it, and I'm going to use that. And I am going to actually overlap my ribbon a little bit with my Stampin' Dimensional. So I'll help keep it on there, on the ribbon, or the thread onto your label, as well as attach it to your card front. So let's do that. Just put that on there, just like straight. So I got like a little bit of glue right here on my finger. Okay, trash can, oh me. There we go, look at that. Oh, how pretty. Fabulous, fabulous. Okay, and then let's do the other stamping. So on the inside, like I said, I like to use my little strips, but I'm going to go ahead and do the happy birthday. Although they have a lovely, just wanted you to have some, just wanted to send you happy thoughts that way. So there's some great inside ones too if you don't want to do the straight happy birthday. I'm just going to do the straight happy birthday. I'm just getting that on there. Birthday. I love the stamp set. It just is so pretty. And then I'm going to do the happy birthday on the back. Just like that. And then I'm going to use my glue and add this piece to the back of my card. Pull that theme through. Which way does it go? I don't think with this one it matters too much. And then I'm going to use my, in the Handmade From You stamp set, I'm going to use my Stampin' Up copyright. So it is all part of the Angel policy. I just like to do that all the end on the back of all my cards. And then we need to add it to this one. So let me go ahead and turn this off. Close that up. I'm going to add this to here. Add this to here. Get too much glue. To the bottom. So that's even. Let's do that on this one. Glue. Add that to our card front. Oops, look at that. I swooped it almost off the page. I'm a little bit of a menace with that glue. Get it everywhere. Luckily these erasers are pretty good, and you can get them at like the dollar store or Michael's or Amazon. Stampin' Up used to have them. Actually, this is the one I actually bought from Stampin' Up. They just last forever. Last forever. Super awesome. Okay, there we go. Oh, pretty. Now, let's add some bling. So on this one, I actually punched and I stamped another one of those butterflies. I had one that, why don't we go ahead and stamp another two butterflies, because then I put the other one on the back like that. Not pretty. And then we'll put some of the black gems on it. So that means I need this stamp set again. And I'm just going to fussy cut it out. So you could stamp them and then die cut them out, and then I only want this piece. So I'm just going to ink up that corner. Really good. I only want that butterfly. Close that up. nice and clean. And then I use the Fresh Freesia on that one. So, yeah. Oh my goodness, they look pretty close. This one actually looks pretty close. So pretty. Okay, so I need the dark first. We're gonna add the dark to this butterfly. A little bit more coloring. If you knew which one you were gonna do, and I guess I could have known I was gonna do this one. You could have done this at the same time as the other one. Needed it. I don't know why I didn't. I just didn't think about getting it done. And then I'm going to fussy cut it out, add some Wink of Stella, and then glue it onto my card front here. Let's see. Add this other color. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love these Stampin' blends. I think the polished pink might be on back order. I might have gone off back order by now. I know it was the evergreen, the darkest one. The dark green was on back order, but these blends are fabulous. Love, love, love the blends. So pretty. And these colors are just gorgeous. Like, I wasn't sure at first. I guess it seems to be the way it always is. Like, I'm not sure I'm going to love it. And then as soon as I get to play with the colors, I'm in love with them. I didn't think I was ever going to get over losing Pretty Peacock and Rococo Rose because I love those colors. They were gorgeous. But these ones are gorgeous too. And it's kind of, and those are a little bit, you know, muddier, darker kind of. And these are very spring. Very spring color. I'm ready, even though I guess it's summer here. We're already getting super hot. But so pretty. Okay, go. I'm just going to take my snips and fussy cut them out really quick. Of course, again, like I said, you can die cut them if you wanted to. I just didn't want to bring my machine back here. Otherwise, I would have just done that. But I do like doing pretty good with my scissors, with my hand. Love, 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 love. I also like to fussy cut. I know the fussy cut's not always everyone's favorite thing to do. I like fussy cutting. So again, that was pretty hard for me when I broke my wrists because I couldn't fussy cut either for a while. I was happy that I was able to put away the Timothy Holt. So I have it. My husband bought me a Timothy Holt machine. That's one of those automatic ones because I could not use my Big Shot. So I was super happy when I could put that away and use my Big Shot again, which is super awesome. Do love my Big Shot. But now I can fussy cut too, which is exciting. Yay! Okay, there we go. So it wasn't too much. All right, so let me get out my Wink of Stella. I'm going to add some Wink to my butterfly wings. They're so pretty. Now it will pick up a little bit of the color. It doesn't matter too much when you're going from this color to this color. When you're going to the next color, you want to make sure you've wiped it down. And then I just added it to one of the butterflies on the front. Although you can go crazy and add to all of them. I just added to this one. Like that. And then I'm going to add it to the pink, just a little bit to the wings of the ones I put on the back. Just so I've got some pretty, I love to keep the sparkle through. And then I didn't add one to the inside. You can, of course, add more butterflies to the inside. I'm actually going to add this to the back, to be in the back right here, because I just love it when you pull it through, and it looks so pretty when you pull it all the way through. Like that. Just going to add some glue. There. And then for this one, for the front, let's add our, these are the matte black dots. I love these, they're fabulous. Take a tool. So this is not up on my blog yet. This will be up on my blog later today. I use one big one. And then a little one. And I'll add a little one over here, like that. And then I'm going to take my bone folder, and I'm just going to do the wings a little bit. You see, I'm doing my wings just a little. And then push it just a little bit so that you can see that that's the body. And I'm going to put that right there. And I need, I just cut a little piece. You can use a full one too. And yeah, I just have it add it to the front. Just like that. Muy bien. How cute and simple is that? Isn't that gorgeous? So I love this set. So even though it's a little bit different as if the stamp is all one, but because it is, it makes these beautiful, DSP. And I love that they have the new twine pack, and these super black dots are fabulous. They're in the new catalog, as well as that polished pink. Isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So I hope you guys enjoyed this super fun card. And again, like I said, that's the Floating and Fluttering bundle with the Floating Fluttering stamp set and the Fluttering dies. And you can find that in your catalog. And I always find it easier to go to that back page here where you can see where they are. It says 61. Let's see. That's where you can find them. There you go. So page 61 in your January to June mini catalog is where you can find it. And what's cool is all of these pieces can go through on your mini. Maybe I should have pulled the mini out and showed you guys how to cut that. I didn't even think about that. Isn't that cool? Oh, so pretty, so pretty. And this is one of the ones that's not staying. So it will be retiring. It's such a beautiful set. Oh, thanks, Jane. Yeah, I love this set. And I couldn't believe I hadn't played with it because it is so pretty. And I love it with these colors. And let's see. So let me just remind you of a few things. We have that our fabulous join special. It goes on until the end of the month. And that is our join special is if you want all this stuff and get it at a discount, you've got like a huge list from the annual catalog, or you want a bunch of stuff from this January catalog before it goes away, the January to June catalog. We have a special going on, and I'd love to have you join my team. It is for our starter kit, which is always our best deal, but it's even better now because for $99, you can pick $155 worth of product for just that $99 plus free shipping, which is always great. And then there's business supplies. And then your orders after that, you can earn save 20%. So it's awesome. It's the best deal, especially if you have like a huge list. We also, for those that are want to have a party or have a big order, or have friends that want to add on to an order, if you spend $250 plus on an order, you get an additional $25. So instead of the $25 that you would get, you can get $50 of free. And we have those excellently fabulous new that giant paper pack that is one that you can just use with your host reward dollars. So that $50 is your host dollars, even though the 25 is also fabulous. And then again, next month, I'm so excited about June's paper pumpkin. It is with that gorgeous, it coordinates with the gorgeous expressions in ink. And so you can go on and get June's paper pumpkin. I would definitely, if you want it, I would make sure you get on there and order it soon, because I think this one's going to sell out. It is so beautiful. And you can see that it's got some of those gorgeous pieces, vellum, rose pieces, flower pieces that match. It's so pretty. So you can go on to my paper pumpkin, and it's only $22 a month here in the United States. And it that with a little bit for tax, but that includes the shipping. So it's a great price. You can, of course, go on and order like a 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. But I would wait on those 12 months until celebration. That's going to be, I think that starts in August. That's always when I usually get. I got mine in February, which is very exciting. But anyway, it is a beautiful, beautiful paper pumpkin. I cannot wait to get that one. Oh, so gorgeous. So gorgeous. And of course, as ever, if you need anything at all, make sure you guys head over to my online store and use my May host code. And I have if you spend $50 or more in my online store, I will send you before tax and shipping, I'll send you a free pack of the in color gems, which are really pretty, and they're actually on back order right now. But I did get a few packs, so I can hand those out, which is pretty awesome. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed today's card. Get rid of that one. Oops, let me put that one up. I hope you guys enjoyed today's card. This is the Floating and Fluttering. So pretty. I love these colors. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Happy crafting. Bye.